In the name of the God, my name is Dr. Hadi Ghaffarian. Was born in 1962, January 21st, Iran, Mashhad, Iranian and Australian citizen. At the time of the 2018, May 23rd, I will like to introduce you this small presentation about my 15 years research in all medicine and interesting things. Actually, I was born in Iran and I just came to Europe, studied as a medicine, and then back to Australia, then back here to Hungary again to do my specialty in nuclear medicine. I'm working in the nuclear medicine at the moment in Hungary, and I would like to present you this beautiful presentation, which is include of my research in the beginning of the intern to the medical college of the Debrecen University in Hungary, and in physiology and everything. All this based on the physiology textbook of the world as a Guyton and Gannon and biochemistry of the books or Harper, which is the most important. We know the gods and lords, our Lord send us lots of order regarding to the holy books of the ancient, as we don't know them, and also the Jewish religion and the Christianity, and the latest one is a Muslim. And introduce you that is if you want to be elevate your spirituality and your everything in our life, we should use the latest degree of the knowledge. In my opinion, the latest degree, the first degree is, for example, other Zindavest or other religion, and then come the Jewish religion with the 10 order of the Moses prophet, and is the same, and also then came to the higher level as we say the first steps is as a kindergarten and the other religion, then come to the Jewish and the other religion, and then come to the primary school and high school is Christianity, and then in the latest one in Islam, the latest religion in the world. And the benefit of this is like this, we can elevate us as much as possible. Of course, if we can graduate in the university, we will not stay in the kindergarten or high school or primary school, high school. We should go up and up, because we are human beings. We would like to make our intelligence level upper and upper, up to reach to the highest level, which is the God. Of course, we cannot attach to the God, because it's all gullible things that is not imaginable. But we can become so close to Him, as the Sufism believe that we can merge to Him as a drop of the water vaporized by the sun, go to the cloud, and then we call back again to ocean. When this drop again back to the ocean is not a drop of the rain, it's became another part of the ocean. Anyway, actually I am just today talking about the holy months of Ramadan and its scientific background. As we know that it's written by me actually, yeah, and then I've done some research about this issue. We go further, effect of the long fasting in human body. According to the Bible and Quran, all things, there is a fasting we have in the every religion, also in the meditation, long meditation in the India, you can see the Buddhism as well. So it's making spirituality higher and higher. Apart from this, there's a lots of benefit for our body. That the science nowadays, at that time the Quran says in the 1,500 years ago, or Moses a long time, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, nobody says what's going on, why we are with such of the hard practice in our life, for what? And now the science find there's a background scientific. Actually, there's a verses in the Quran, it's very beautiful. At the end of the judgment day, the Lord asks those who are not obey Him, say, why you are not obeying my rules in these verses or in my holy books, then you are not aware from the scientific background of these verses. Is very, very beautiful verse in Quran. I cannot remember which part, but there is, because I studied 3 times as a Bible and old book of the Jewish and everything. It says exactly why you denied it when you are not understand the scientific background. So it's not satanic verses, it's scientific verses actually. My brother Salman Rushdie and other authors which are has some other interpretation from the Quran. This is a scientific version. This is part of the scientific version of the Quran as well. So the holy book of the Ramadan take the long fasting state, 30 days, not drinking and not eating during 15-16 hours period. Actually, in Australia, when I was there in the 2000s, it was a long time, 19 hours, I had a record of the fasting, nothing eating and nothing drinking. It was very terrible. But it is possible. It's terrible, it's very hard, but it's possible. And in this case, so those who are denied, which didn't study about this background of the orders of the Lord, they will pull their head in the down and go by their foot to the hell, themselves. They cannot say anything. It's true. Is it true as a sound? Is it true? Light as a sound. And bright as a sound. So in all books. So here is the main change during the long fasting states. Okay. There's 4 things that I found it, but there's lots of things internal. So first, clearance of the liver. Second is utilization of the fat. And third is the extraction toxic material, free radical, and cancerogenic agent from the body. And this is the other important things that we can mention about the long fasting. And the fourth one that I think I am one of the most first person that I discovered is tuning of the hormone releasing in the body. It's very interesting. You know, the hormone is we are discussing later on. So another the 5 is the other benefit which is not discovered yet. So let's go see. If you imagine our body as our home, we can have this similarity. I make this similarity for better understanding, of course. Okay, for you. Here is the similarity. Our home is like our body. Family member is a body cells. A storeroom as our liver. A refrigerator as the fat in different organs. We know lots of fat is different organs around the heart, in the abdomen, around the neck, even our back, everything, everywhere. And electricity as a glucose, and water as a water. So let's see. Entrance of the food in the body. Okay. Yes. When we back from the shopping is a similar example. And we something put our goods that we buying from the shopping to the storeroom. For example, cans, conserve. There's no long time we can use it. And the other part we put in the refrigerator more as a meat, dairy, cheese, milk, everything. Okay, fruits. And this is exactly happen in our body. When we ingest something in our body, they didn't use all of these stuff in our cells, but also they put it somewhere as a storage room. For instance, we can say that there is some part, exactly here. In the storage room, as you can see here, in a storage room, there is some cans and everything will be stored and this will be changed and this will be used regularly. So we should use all these cans regularly, not the date. Those are the very old. We should use the earlier, and those we are now putting use later on. So not became bad things about it. Here is a food storage rotation. As we see in the food storage rotation, it means when you use this correctly, the shelf will be empty soon, and it's good because it's not cause the rusting of the shells and so on. Exactly this happen in our body. Here is the liver. We can see the liver is a very good thing doing it. The glucose or mean go to the body. 17 grams go to as a glycogen. Glycogen as the concept that we imagine that we buying from our body, and this glycogen is stored in the liver. And this is where we want to use the energy as a long fasting. In the first 15 days, the glycogen is released, and glycogen divided to as a process of the glycogenizes to glucose and the water for our body. Here is, we can see, what happened important role of the liver in our healthy body. So we can see there will be glucose and glycogen converted to glucose and water for our body. But this is 15 days early. This is the most important role of the liver, and how is very important the liver in our body can take up for the all energy of the body, intoxication, everything. And here we can see the balance that the liver stores glucose to glycogen, and this is the when we have the ingested material here, it's going to the liver as a glycogenizes. But glycogenizes, it means that it converted the glycogen, that the storage room, to the glucose and water. In the long fasting state, it's happened. And it's interesting in the Guyton book, right, in the physiology textbook of the world, Guyton says, after more than 10 hours, only the glycogenizes will be activated. For example, you fasting for 2-3 hours is not activated. After 5-8 hours. And in this case, in the first 15 days, you have this scale. When the glucose, your blood glucose level drop down, the glycolysis is increased. So the glycogen converted to glucose and the water, and your blood glucose go up again. In this case, in the fasting state, 17 hours, you didn't eat and drink. So what's the glucose level will be reached to the normal level by this glycogenizes and this. When you digest again, ingest again food, so it will be up. And again it will be converted. And this is a scale very important. And also here we have the long fasting. So one benefit, the first benefit of the long fasting state is you have the healthy liver at the end of the 1 month of the Holy Ramadan. Then there is utilizing of the fat and lipid lipolysis in a long time state. And we know here the second storage we have in the fridge, that we say is fat, for example, in our body. If we didn't use it correctly, there will be loss like this, and very dangerous bacteria and everything will be accumulated in our body, in the vessels, and arteriosclerosis, very many diseases. So at the 15 2 weeks, 15 days or first 2 weeks, when the glycogenizes completed and there isn't any glycogen remaining in the body to convert it to fat and to convert it to glucose and the water, the second step signal comes from brain. Okay, the storeroom is finished, every shelf is empty. We should make again next 15 days fasting. What will happen? The brain sends this signal to the fats. The storage room empty. Open the fridge. What is the fridge? The fats in your body, yes. The fat will be utilized. So lipolysis will be started. Lipolysis is started the second stage. Okay. In this case, all the vessels will be clean, not anything deposit of the liver, lipid in your or fat in your vessels, and not any arteriosclerosis happen. So in this case, you see the fat burn and converted glucose and energy cells in for the brain, energy, glucose, and the water for all your body. This is the whole process of feeding. What happened at fasting, this happened, the lipolysis happened. Here is the long fasting will help you to have not a bad tummy, very beautiful shape at the end of tomorrow Ramadan, and also you are very, very healthy person. So you see all this benefit. This is the second benefit. The third benefit is extraction of the toxic material and the free radicals and the cancerogenic agent. It's very important. Toxins will come from a lots of source to our body all 365 days a year, and we don't aware about. It's come, for example, exhausted of the pollution in the automobile. It's come from the aromatic. It's come from in pesticide, with the flight and everything. And it's come from the inflammable things, and also come from the food processing. Also come from the toothpaste even, and also the diesel and everything, and some sort of the painting, and also the meat as well. So all the toxins come to liver and come to our body. By the holy months of Ramadan and long fasting, extracted from our kidney to urine. It's very important. Here, formation of also free radical. And not only toxin, also free radical, that is the most cancerogenic agent in the body. From the, for example, ultraviolet of the sun, from the radioactive material radiation, from the smoking of the cigarette, from the factories, and from all the cells, also the oxidation of the cells for the ATPase and energy converting our cells make also the free radicals. All will be extracted from our body, which are carcinogenic, after these 30 days of fasting. Here we can see what happened in the damage to the different body by the toxic material and free radicals. Here blood toxicity can be dermatotoxicity, allergic eye toxicity, hepatotoxicity, immunotoxicity, nephrotoxicity, neurotoxicity, and reproductive toxicity, very important these days, and infertility is very important, and also respiratory toxicity. All happen in our body. What extracted from the toxic from our body. And here we see danger of toxic deposit in the body is bird region, central nervous system disorder, unexplained weight gain, low testosterone in men, and joint inflammatory and stiffness, memory loss, acid reflux type, increased risk of the breast cancer, back pain, irritable bowel syndrome, and increased risk of the colon cancer. All these come from the toxic material deposited in our body and not excreted. But with the fasting, long fasting, it will be excreted from our body. And the other one is the formation of the free radicals in different types. I say the free radical by the sunlight are automatic, exhausted automobiles and cigarette smoking, alcohol consumption, emotional stress also, exposure to the heavy metals and like mercury and mercurium. All these free radicals also will be excreted from our body and not cause cancer in our body. Here we see invisible free radical. About the 4% of the breathing that come to our body is make free radical in our body. So when we inspiration, 4% converted to the free radical, and the other 96% consumed by our body cells. So also our breathing make free radicals, brothers and sisters. Here in the really do damage to all the cells. Here we see free radical, what we can make is a very bad dangerous. Arteriosclerosis in the cardiac, in the everything is renal, make me very severe diseases. Here we see the free radical inside the cells that make the damage to the DNAs and make a very serious damage to the cell membrane nuclei. And here the healing of the different cancer cells. The fifth is the third effect of the, also we mentioned the first effect that liver clean up from everything, and very good liver we had at the end of the month, on the month of Ramadan. Second, we have discuss about the fat or glycogenizes that make clear or liver very good, and that third utilizes or lipolyzes that make every fat utilize and go to. And fourth, we discusses about the toxic and the free radical extraction about the body. Here we see the healing of the different cancer cell. Okay. The other effect of the cancer cell, which discovered these days by the many researchers as well, Dr. in the USA that I'll show you later on, It says there's lots of healing cells by the long fasting can be healed. As a brain, eye, lip, mouth, lung, all both man and woman are the same, male and female. Throat, lung cancer, esophageal, gallbladder, and bile cancer, rectum cancer, bladder cancer, skin cancer, others of it. And the female also breast cancer, uterus, cervical, vulvar, and vaginal cancer. And the man is penis and prostate cancers, all healing by the long fasting. Here, this guy, Oscar Park in the USA, he is studying and researcher about the long fasting, how can healing the cancers patient. You can go to this website, as I show you here, hope that for cancer makes, and see his research about the healing of the cancer by the long fasting. This is the fourth benefit of the long fasting. So here in the long fasting destroy the toxic free radical and cancer. Here we can see the Superman hold everything, damage the cells. Tommy make a box to the cancer cells. Here the cancer cells. And here the long fasting will turn up the hormone. This is the most important, that I think I am one of the most pioneer that found it. I think so, but there is many person for sure they know. Here is, the hypothalamus has a releasing hormone, and then there's a lots of target in our body, thyroid, and also pancreas, and everywhere, testicular, gonad, adrenals, all these make this releasing by the hypophyse and hypothalamus, and they make a feedback when this go the blood, the hormone up in the blood, so inhibitory feedback again to the hypothalamus in the brain. And in this case, it's regularly from or when we was born till the end of our life, it's happening continuously. Imagine your machine or your car is work very perfectly, but for a while, 1 year, 1.5 years, it start to not work properly. Everything is okay. There's a petrol inside, the carburetor is working, everything is good. You change the oil, but it's not working good. You see what's happened. You go to the mechanic, please have a look. Mechanic put the computer on your car, it's some wire, there's some curve as a cardiac or EKG in the brain, and show you how is not important properly. Usually, this idea comes from exactly that time that I'm working on it. Might be this hormone regulation in the fasting, and I find out it's really there is something. There is something. So mechanic make a tune up your petroleum or benzene, petroleum, by the electricity in the car and by the air. All these come together, tune up, and your car work very good, properly, very good, fast moving, everything is good. Again, and exactly is the same at the whole month of Ramadan. After 30 days, these hormones that all come from the hypophyse, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas, ovarian, and testes, all these come from here, from the hypothalamus releasing hormone that activate these hormones from the organs, target glands, and this is feedback positive, feedback negative on the body. In this case, everything we can see the pituitary gland, hormone regulation will happen. But for a while, it's not regular, it doesn't work very good because it might be some need tuning up. And the Holy Man and Ramadan make this really correctly. As I show you, this is all the hormone, is thyroid hormone, this is the gonadal hormone in the female and the male, how is there making regulation. And I saw also cortisol hormone as an example here, that the cortisol hormone from the reticulata of the 3 layer of the pancreas will be excreted to our body, and this is the very important hormone. So, this hormone, for example, I bring one example as a cortisol hormone. At the morning, it has, for example, if it's a 100 microgram or milligram in our body, in blood excreted, In the afternoon it will be about 50, and in the night will be about 15 or 10 only. So they have a circadian rhythm during the day, this cortisol hormone. But because in the whole month of Ramadan, we wake in the middle of the night and we drink and eat, and in the night is exactly will be reversed this curve. And this reversing of this curve of the releasing of the hormones will be changed. And this will be, at the end of the whole month of Ramadan, a tune up your hormone releasing in all hormone in your body. It was my hypothesis, but I asked also from one of my colleagues in this hospital. She was endocrinologist, Dr. Martin, and she said, yes, it is possible, it is exactly true. And he approved it. I explained it, exactly the cortisol hormone, she approved it. It's okay, that's fine. And here we see also circadian culture in the rat, in the rabbit. There's for the glucose, for the pancreas, all this has this cycle as well. During the day and the night, this cycle by the biological clock will be changed. And here we see also by the meat and by the rabbit is the same circadian cycle of the releasing of hormone in their body according to the sunlight and according to wake up and sleeping. It's changed. Here we can see the cortisol hormone. During the sleep is very low, but during the day is very high cortisol hormone. So it's dependent to the day and the night. And because in the holy month of Ramadan, day and the night will be changed by or wake upping, at the middle of the night, and this will be reversed, exactly will be reversed. And this reverse make a tune-up of the all hormone in our body, not just cortisol, every hormone. I can show, for example, the growth hormone also change because this has also circadian cycle and growth hormone. And here we see the circadian rate in human body. We can see the circadian rate in human body, most hormone releasing in our body and affecting the most hormone in the body. We have here is the midnight and the afternoon and the noon and the afternoon and the early morning. This has a all circadian cycle. Here we can see, for example, cortisol hormone, how it's checked according to the day and the night. And this reversing the whole month of Ramadan that make the very good tune-up of the hormone releasing in our body. Here also again. And here is the growth hormone that we can see the control in first day. It's the fasting increased growth hormone. In this research show the fasting increased the growth hormone. Here is the control is the first day, and it says in the 5 days the growth hormone up because of the fasting. And here also we see the diagram show the fasting cause changing the glucose level and insulin as well. So all these change will be regulate or hormone releasing in our body and for reversing sleep. Okay, that was all. I hope you enjoyed from this short presentation. And after 30 days fasting and exercise, we are ready to flying safe again together. My brother and sister, I'm very happy to have this presentation in good time, 2018, May 23rd. And I'm really appreciate you that you pay attention to this presentation. I hope you enjoy it, and I have more in the YouTube and other website as far as my scientific verses of the future. And I hope that God and Lord will help me to do this, my mission, that is very important. I have something about the future because I am the potter and future predictor and the surrealist painting and of course a doctor, but at the moment I'm just able and I just has this opportunity to present this short presentation. I hope in the future I can do a much more presentation in the YouTube and the internet and enjoy everybody. I hope we will be, by understanding this strong scientific background as a holy telescope of the Hubble in the sky, and Professor Suzuki and Stephen Hawking says this world is too much big as put all the sands of the beaches of the all which is in the Earth together is the number of the galaxies, as Professor Suzuki says, more than these. Or as we say that this says that the memory of the human has the capacity of 350 years for full up all cells of the memory. So we can imagine how big is this world and how small we are thinking about this. Please think carefully. The time is very short and the punishment is very hard. We should pay attention what the Lord asks from us. And we are the beginning of this. I'm feeling at this time as a swimmer at the surface of the deep ocean, 1,000 mile deep, and I see just small fishes in the 2, 3, 5 meters, and the deep is a very, very, very deep science, and very deep that the ocean is like the big God, and we cannot understand it. But with a little bit knowledge and the science, we can see some small part that aware us and open our eyes and open our heart and open our eyes and ears to listen those things that nobody knows, nobody hear. Of course, those who go through long-term meditation as a Buddha that leave his palace to the poor people and meditation, we can aware from the other side of the world when we are coming from and where we are the person to, why we are coming to this world. Please ask this question from yourself, and answer is by yourself. It's not just joke. This world is a very, very serious, and we are very, very responsible. Thanks God, and God bless all of you. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.